Well, hello. This is the first video in my Minecraft series. I wanted to do a forever world, a world that I really invest in, and I thought one way that I could motivate myself and keep it fun and engaging would to be to record it and to make a video series about it. And I have a few goals for this world. I'd like to kind of follow a theme of like a Middle Ages utopia, so kind of like castles that have been like run down and turned into like community spaces or that kind of theme. I don't know. I think could be fun to try and toy around with what that would look like. But we have survival as the mode, and we have the game mode as difficult, or as difficulty as normal. If you know me, I am quite proficient at dying in this game, so we're gonna keep it on normal and not hard. And we're gonna go ahead and name it. Make sure I can spell correctly. And boot it up. This is a pretty good spawn. I like it when you spawn with the stone because it's easy access to like coal and stuff. There are trees and sheep. So spend the next few minutes and just do the typical early game start stuff. Oh, are we gonna speedrun with the lava pool? Absolutely not. Alright, so we got some stone. We're gonna head back up to our crafting table. Get some more sticks real quick. And get us a pickaxe. Hold that one for later. And an axe. Oops. And we'll go ahead and get a furnace, because I know that we'll need that in a second when we get coal. We'll get some wool for a bed so we don't have to risk dying on night one, because that would be very sad. Not the ideal. We also need the food because fall damage is a real thing. I hear some mobs. I hear a spider underneath me on this mountain, so there may be a good cave under there to explore after we get some of this surface level coal, and hopefully there's some iron, but we'll see. Alright, I was just mining some of the surface coal, but I found our first block of iron ore. I was gonna laugh if it was a single ore, but three's good. We can make a bucket with that, and that will help us when we go into the mines to protect against fall damage. If we have to go down a ravine, you just drop it and swim down. So good. Okay, I didn't want to venture too far, but we've got a little bit more iron, 8, and we got almost 2 stacks of coal. I had to build a stone pickaxe, but I was walking and I was like, what on earth are those red things? So I figured I would take a break from this. We also have a sunken ship, which we will explore and maybe get a heart of the sea. That may come in handy. But I wanted to see what this red was over here. It's probably something obvious once I get... Oh, it's just flowers? Am I a goofball? Is it just flowers? That is a cool mountain. That might be cool for a build. That is a really cool mountain. I feel like flowers wouldn't have rendered in that far away. It is. It's just flowers. Okay. Goofball me. We have an ice biome, though. That's nice. That is nice. Okay, it's getting to be nighttime, so let's go ahead and use those flowers that we... that blew our minds that they existed. And let's get some red wool. And sleep through our first night. In a second. There we go. Alright, I'm going to start heading back over towards spawn for a couple of reasons. Number one, there was a cave that I had heard, and it'd be nice to get some string so I could get a horse with, make leads and get a horse. There's no point in even taming them if you don't have a lead and or a saddle, so I figured I might as well go see if I can find spiders. And then also just the fact that if I am 300 blocks away and don't have a home yet and die in a cave, I'm going to respawn all the way back here. And I don't really want to build a base before I start mining. So I'll just go back over by spawn, see if I can find a nice cave. And then if I do happen to meet an unfortunate fate underground, I'll be fairly close to recover my stuff quickly and not have to spend 30 minutes trying to find it. Okay, we just came in from the surface. We did find a cave. Looks like maybe it's going to be a good one. So let's get some more sticks and turn all of those into torches. I am going to go ahead and set up a furnace, not a smelter, a furnace to get some food going. I want to be able to heal once I get down in there. I can already see. Oh man, that thing is... Whoa, that goes all the way to deep slate. Okay, well hopefully this will be a good cave. Get some more. I already see some iron. And then if we can get down to deep slate, we may be able to get diamonds early on. And I'm not trying to speedrun the game by any means. That would go poorly, but it would be nice to have some decent tools. It just makes building and doing everything a lot easier if you can have like a diamond pickaxe, really. Or is it... Oh, okay, well we're in the shmoney because that is a brain fart. Mine shaft. So I mean, I feel like those are a little overrated, but there are definitely ores on the walls as you go through, and a name tag would be cool to get. And then sometimes you can find diamonds in the walls, so we're gonna let this food cook up and then get down there. Alright, I came up before I went down in there to get some more wood for shield because I am a coward. So we got some iron, and I think we're gonna make a shield. I'm gonna see how long I can go without using the recipe book. I don't know how long I'll make it, but we'll give it our best shot. Give a shield, and then we'll get a pickaxe. I think an axe, I forget. I'm used to playing Bedrock, so I was about to say a sword, but I'll get an axe. And then probably just a chest plate. I know I said I was going to make a bucket, but that was when I only had 3. So I think this is probably the best use of our iron for now. So let's go ahead and suit up. I'm not too worried about keeping the stone tools, so I'll probably toss them in here for now. And I don't need that. Just trying to empty up my inventory so I can fill it with useful stuff from the mining. So let's get down there. Obviously, at this point in the game, the most important thing we're really looking for is iron. Ooh, that was almost bad. I guess I could have landed in those cobwebs, but need to be a little bit more careful. Poor guy. I heard this guy from over there, and I was like, where is he? But he's a stranded zombie. I will leave him in peace. He's trying to follow me down. He just fell down to that block. Okay, so it looks like there's no great way to like mine or walk down. So I feel like I'm gonna have to try and find one of those water streams and jump in it, and then just have to build back up later. And I can actually use this one that I stopped up earlier, and then almost died there. Build back up, or I guess swim back up later. But I think that's what we're gonna have to do. As we take the elevator down to the bottom floor, this is a really big cave. I already am seeing like some iron and stuff. And then of course we have the mine shaft that we'll probably look at afterwards. But the bad part of these types of caves is that mobs just like start spawning. And then you look up and there's like a billion mobs. Oh, first diamonds, I see those. We gotta get down here first. This zombie's gonna greet us. He's our first welcoming committee. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally shifted to use my shield because I'm so used to it in Bedrock. Oh! This is not looking good. Combat is one thing I'm gonna have to get better at for Java because I mean, I'm sure it was difficult for you to see. There's more diamonds. But I'm not the greatest, so hopefully we can get better at that. Oop, almost missed out on a diamond if I wouldn't have mined. That's why you always gotta mine your corners. We'll go ahead and get lapis too. Not that I plan on being able to enchant anything anytime soon, but it'll be nice to have once we are at that stage and not have to worry about going on a trip specifically just to get lapis. Let's go, more diamonds. This is off to a pretty great start. I had a slight negative run-in with some skeletons, if you can see my health bar, so, oh, there's another one. Let's hope this is not a first death. PvP master. Yo, bro's got the crew with him. What is this? What is this? Okay, I know I said it was gonna go as long as I could without using this. I think I've hit my limit. I had no idea how to craft a saddle. And I want to see if I... Okay, I was right. You do need 5 of those for lead. Okay, but we got our saddle. We did not have to kill any horses, so major win. Now let's go back over to spawn area and see which horse is the best. Okay, after taming a bunch of horses... After taming a bunch of horses, this one seems to be the best. He's obviously not like super fast, but he's the fastest one out of like 11 horses. So we're gonna keep him. So now part 2, in case you're wondering, he's a nice, cool white horse with some cool pattern. Next step is we're gonna do some exploring. That's one of my favorite parts of Minecraft, is just like finding land mass, finding cool mountains, cool valleys, anything that like generates cool. So we're gonna see if we can't find a spot to build a base. I just want to pause for a second and admire this cliff. That is a pretty cool place. We're gonna, I think, head over there. I went over to that shipwreck, but I just got like emeralds and moss. There wasn't even a treasure map. It was just a normal map. So thankfully horses can swim now, so we're gonna slowly make our way over to this other island. Okay, so this is the top of that mountain, so the cliffs are over there. But look at this thing. It's like a real like mountain, like would actually be formed with like a peak. And then rocky cliffs here, and then it looks like another mountain. This could be a cool place to build. Yeah, okay. I think maybe what I'll do is build a starter base on this mountain, and then eventually build a bridge over and build more of the real base on that mountain. But I mean, look at that. Isn't that epic? That is so cool. You could do so many cool things with that. I let the night set a little bit so I could get some more strings, so I could actually build a lead, so I don't have to put my horse in a hole every time I want to do anything. But I just can't get over this is a super cool view. I can't wait to build more stuff, but I think for now we're gonna get a little home base set up somewhere in this general area. Alright, I got a little, like I said, just a startup spot. I finally have a chest so I can offload a bunch of stuff. And I got my lead and my horse and my dog, which don't technically have names yet, so I'll have to be thinking of good names for them. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll be out with another one soon. Or at some point.